So hello friends and welcome to Unacademy UPSC Current Affairs. I'm Joicy Joy and let's start today's session. So before that I want to give you a brief introduction about the session because this is a new series. This series is about current polity of the day. So under this series current polity of the day, what we'll be doing, we'll be taking up the most important political news that needs to be covered from your examination perspective. And we will be discussing that in detail in this session. Like for example, if there is a current event related to Indian polity or political scenario from polity or constitution, we will take up that. We will see how questions can be asked in prelims and how questions can be asked in mains. And from both the perspectives, we will be discussing this topic in detail. And this is a live session, so you can join me on the live and you can put up your questions. So this will be kind of interactive session where you can ask me your doubts. I am here to clarify that, and if there are some confusions with me, I'll refer to it and come up with the answers the next day. So this is how the session is going to work out. So today under the current polity of the day, we will be discussing Gujjars demand parliament session, and we will see what is this demand all about and how it is related to the 9th schedule of the constitution. We will see what is this 9th schedule and what are the ongoing issues related to the 9th schedule and what are the recent Supreme Court judgments and how questions can be asked in prelims and mains from this issue, etc. So we will be having a very in-depth discussion. In 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, we will try to cover up every perspective related to this issue, how it is connected to your examination, how it is related to your syllabus and how questions can be framed. So welcome once again to Unacademy UPSC Current Affairs, and those who are watching the session with me live now, please do send me a hi, hello, so that I'll know that you are attending the classes and that I can interact with you. So let me know, send me a hi, hello here and do join for the session every day. So I hope this will be helpful to you. It will be a productive session. So let's together crack UPSC CSE. Now before we begin, a little bit about other plus courses that we provide and about the brief of UPSC examination. So as we all know, the exams are very close by. We have just 6 more months to go for the prelims examination. So the prelims examination is scheduled to be on the 27th of June 2021. So hardly 6 more months to go, and it's high time that you tighten your preparations and prepare more rigorously for the upcoming examination. So here we are there, the Unacademy team is there to help you to crack this exam and to be with you throughout this journey to help you sail through this process. So let's crack UPSC CSE 2021 together. And as you all know, almost 10 lakh aspirants apply every year for the examination, close to 10 lakh aspirants, and out of them almost 4.5 lakh, 45% appear for the prelims. And from prelims you should see how difficult it is to enter into the final list. From prelims examination, about 13,000 get selected to write the mains, that is about 1.3%. And from there, about 0.2% appear for the interview and 0.09% of the students get selected to various services, about 900 vacancies. So definitely the competition of this exam is very high and it demands smart work from you. And our purpose is to help you to do this smart work. And the syllabus, almost 20 plus subjects needs to be covered, and that too from diverse fields. You may be graduated or post-graduated in some subject and you have to cover a vast array of about 20 subjects in detail. 100 plus books and 11 examinations including the prelims plus the mains examination, and all these has to be done in this limited time that is given for you for your preparation. So here comes the need for smart work, and you can use our platform to do that. So we have a 6 months program designed for you. It's called Let's Crack UPSC CSE 2021 with Champions. So this is a 6 months GS batch course for those who are appearing for the prelims 2021. So this will be a kind of batch, 6 months crash batch, which will help you to appear better for your 2021 attempt, and this will be bilingual, which starts on 15th of December. We'll be covering the complete GS syllabus for your prelims and prelims test series. About 500 hours of live sessions are provided here and free PDF material and doubt clearing sessions, and the sessions will be handled by India's top educators. Now we have Mission 2021, that is the preparation for 2021. This is again a 6 months batch which starts on 14th of December. This is available bilingual in Hindi and also in English. So it starts on 14th of December. We have a batch for 2022 as well as for 2023. All these will be available in Hindi, English and bilingual. So we have even 2 years preparation classes. If you think that you need more time, or if you are a working person, or if you are a final year graduate, then we have this long term batches for you, which will help you to cover the syllabus aram se, matlab ki in a very slow pace according to your convenience, your flexibility, etc. So this is 2022 and 23 batch, and this is some of the few top educators that we have on Unacademy. So we have the best educators, the top educators for UPSC CSE, and here are few of them. And regarding the plus subscription, so this is regarding the plus subscription. The features or the highlights of the plus subscription is that we have the live sessions, the test series, and you can practice unlimited times and the structured schedule, and this is for either 12 months, 24 months or 36 months. So according to your time and your plan for the preparation, you can choose from any of these options that are available. And iconic subscription, you have a few more features available, like you will be assigned with a personal mentor or a personal coach who will guide you throughout your preparation, and you will be given a study planner, expert guidelines and mains test series. This is regarding the iconic subscription. So this is iconic subscription. And if you want to purchase any of them, either the iconic subscription or the plus subscription, you can use my coupon code. This is my coupon, that is Joicy 10. So you can use this JOICY 10. This is my coupon code. You can use them. You can get an extra 10% discount on the courses that we provide. And again, we have a special platform, that is we have the plus platform on our Unacademy app, and we are providing lot number of special classes, and these special classes will be free. This is apart from the free YouTube classes that we provide. So if you want to watch any of the free special classes, and apart from special classes, we also do provide free test series, live quizzes, etc. If you want to avail any of them, you can unlock the special batches or special classes using my coupon code, which is again Joicy 10, JOICY 10. So this is my coupon code. Yes, so this is about it. And let's start with the session. And these are the free learning platforms that Unacademy provides. We have a YouTube channel, not just one YouTube channel. We have many YouTube channels. Unacademy article, it is another one. Again, we have a Telegram channel, so you can subscribe to the Telegram channel and YouTube channel as well. Now we'll come to the polity of the day, current affairs. So polity of the day. So we are discussing about the demand by the Gujjars for a special session in the parliament. This is the current affair. So in the first 2 minutes, we will see what is a current affair, because the current affair part, you just need to have an idea what happened. That is all. You need to know what happened or what is the issue. But what is important for you is to get a conceptual clarity for your mains and your prelims. So we'll be focusing more on building the concept. We'll just spend 2 minutes or 3 minutes just to discuss what is the issue, because you need to know why this has happened, why this concept is important for your exam, why this has come in the news. So just 2 to 3 minutes we will discuss on that. Then we will go to the conceptual part. So this is how the session will be. If you have any suggestions, any clarifications needed, any modifications needed, anything, you are free to put them in the comment section, and you can ask me any doubts that comes in between. So we'll be taking up the comments finally after the session. We'll take each and every comment. We'll discuss on that. Don't worry. So let's start. So what was in the news, or why this issue of Gujjars were in the news? We know that the issue of Gujjars are in the news for many years now. At least for the last 2 years, it's an issue that needs to be discussed, and that has come up in the limelight. So we need to discuss it. So Gujjars, they are a community in Rajasthan, and they are asking the central government's intervention for 9th schedule protection to a 2019 state law. Now here we need to know what is the 2019 state law. So you need to understand what is the state law. We will come to it now. Second thing, you need to know why do they seek the center's intervention. So in which matter, or in what matter they seek the central government's intervention. That is another thing that needs to be discussed. Again, so about Gujjars as a community, that also needs to be discussed. So why do they need protection, or what is the ongoing issue with them? So all these needs to be discussed. So I have a few comments, I think. Anshu, hi Anshu, good evening. Ankit Sharma, hi. Ashutosh Kumar Raja, good evening. So hi, good evening and welcome. So let's see. Yeah. So Gujjars, they are a community in Rajasthan, and now they are demanding that the central government should intervene for their 9th schedule protection. So what is this 9th schedule? We need to know in detail, and why it is important, why the 9th schedule is important. We will see that. As we proceed with the lecture, everything is clear for you. Now, the state law, that is the Rajasthan state government law, the Rajasthan state government's law, accords for most backward class category for the community, thereby demanding reservation in jobs and education. Now this is the state law. So what is a state law? According to Rajasthan state law, they are considered, Gujjars are considered to be most backward class. And as they are most backward class, or they come under the most backward class category, there are reservations. They are demanding reservations in jobs and education. So this is the issue. So we'll come to the issue in detail. Now, the quota agitation is there in the state since 2007. So they are demanding for reservation. The Gujjars, their community, is demanding for reservations in jobs and education since 2007. And the state law accords them most backward class category. According to Rajasthan state law, they are one of the most backward categories or backward classes. Now, what is the present issue? Presently, what has happened with Gujjar community and why it is in the news? Now, the demand from this community, from Gujjars in Rajasthan, the present demand is that they need a special session of the parliament. So, why do they need this special session of parliament? This is for the inclusion of the State Act in the 9th schedule of the constitution on lines of the protection given to reservation law in Tamil Nadu. Here 3 things needs to be discussed. 1, what is the State Act? Second one, what is 9th schedule, and what is the protection given to the reservation law in Tamil Nadu. So these 3 things are very important from your examination perspective, very important. Let us try to address each one of them one by one. So first, let us take up the State Act. So what is the State Act? According to Rajasthan State Act, the Gujjars are considered to be MBC or most backward class. So as they are most backward class, they demand reservation in jobs and education. This is a State Act. Now, what is 9th schedule of the Constitution? The 9th schedule of the Constitution was not originally present in the Constitution. That is, when the Constitution was made, the 9th schedule was not a part of the Constitution, and the 9th schedule was added to the Constitution by the first Constitutional Amendment Act. And what is the speciality of this 9th schedule? The 9th schedule says that any law which is put under the 9th schedule of the Constitution is excluded from the judicial review. So, the law put under the 9th schedule, they get a privilege that they will be protected from judicial review, or they does not come under the scope of judicial review. Now, we know that judicial review, or when we talk about the constitutional courts in the country, the high courts and the Supreme Court, especially the Supreme Court is considered to be the guardian of the constitution, the interpreter of the constitution. As the guardian of the constitution or the interpreter of the constitution, the Supreme Court has the power to look into or review any law made in the country. So, Supreme Court has the power and the authority to look into any law made in the country to ensure that they are constitutionally valid or they are not against any of the principles of the constitution. To put it simply, any law made by the country, who makes the law? It is the legislature. It's the parliament and the state legislative assemblies or state legislature. So, parliament makes the central laws. Now, let's take the case of parliament. Parliament is the legislature when we talk about the central level. So, what happens? Whenever parliament makes a law, the Supreme Court has the authority to look into the law just to ensure that it's constitutionally valid, it does not violate any of the principles of the constitution. So, this is the authority of the Supreme Court or the judiciary to have a judicial review. This is called judicial review, to look into the legislature made by the legislature to make it sure that it's constitutionally valid, not against the principles of the constitution. But 9th schedule is an exception to it. How 9th schedule is an exception to it? 9th schedule is an exception because any law which is put under the 9th schedule, suppose parliament passes a law and puts it under the 9th schedule, then the Supreme Court will not have the authority or the right to conduct a judicial review, or it is outside the scope and purview of the judicial review. So, this is 9th schedule. We will see why it has to be put in the 9th schedule, why there is a demand for this Gujjars community to put this law, the state law, that is the Rajasthan state law, under the 9th schedule. We will come to it. Okay. Now, third thing, what is the case of Tamil Nadu reservation? We know that the Supreme Court has declared that the total reservations cannot be over and above 50%, which means the maximum reservation that can be given is 50%. This is the Supreme Court judgment in the case. So, Indra Sauni case. So, in this case, Supreme Court has ensured or made it very clear the reservation quota cannot be more than 50%. But in case of Tamil Nadu, the reservation quota has crossed 50%, it's almost 69%. So, why did this happen, or how did this happen? This is the question. So, how did this happen? This happened because the reservation law in Tamil Nadu was put under the 9th schedule. So, what will happen if a law is put under the 9th schedule? The Supreme Court cannot intervene or judicial review is not possible. So, this is how the reservation case of Tamil Nadu is exceptional, or it's not like the normal cases. So, in Tamil Nadu, the reservation quota is more than 50%, and this is because the law is put under the 9th schedule. I hope these three things are clear for you, and these three things, if you have understood these three things, this is the base for your class. This is the base for the today's class. If you haven't understood this, then as we proceed with this lecture, it will be difficult for you to understand the remaining. So, let me know in the comment section if it's clear for you. If it's not clear for you, then let me know. I can explain it again. Make sure these three things are clear for you. Then, as we proceed with this lecture, it will be more easy for you to understand what I am trying to explain in the class. So, please do comment. So, I hope it's clear. Shall we proceed? Yeah. So, coming back to the lecture, to the class, I hope these three things are correct. You have understood. Okay, Ashutosh has commented clear. So, I'll just take 30 seconds to explain once again. The state law of Rajasthan states that, or it accords a most backward class category or a label of most backward class for the Gujjars community in Rajasthan. This is a state law. Second one, 9th schedule. 9th schedule says that any law placed under the 9th schedule, it cannot be reviewed by the Supreme Court or the judiciary. It's outside the scope of judicial review. Third one is regarding the reservation law in Tamil Nadu. So, Supreme Court has passed an earlier judgment that the quota should not be more than 50%. But in case of Tamil Nadu, they have exceeded the quota, and this is because they have put the reservation under the 9th schedule. So, these are the three things. I hope it's clear. Ashutosh has commented, it's clear. Okay, so yes, let's proceed further. Now, let's see each of them. First is 9th schedule in detail. So, 9th schedule, it contains a list of central and state laws. So, it contains a list of central laws and state laws which cannot be challenged in the courts. So, if any law is put under the 9th schedule, this cannot be challenged in the court of law. So, list of central and state laws which cannot be challenged in the court of law. Currently, 284 such laws are protected under the 9th schedule. That means they are shielded from judicial review. Shielded from judicial review means they are protected from judicial review. So, they are protected from the judicial review. Now, very important thing. This is very important for your prelims. This concept is very important. The 9th schedule was not a part of the original constitution. I think I have already mentioned that point, but do remember this for your prelims. Statements can be that it was present in the original constitution, but it was not. It was not a part of the original constitution. Make it very clear. When the constitution was framed, 9th schedule was not there. Then, how did the 9th schedule came in? It became a part of the constitution in the year 1951 with the first Constitutional Amendment Act. So, be very clear, be very thorough that the 9th schedule was added to the constitution through the first Constitutional Amendment Act. Now, what is a Constitutional Amendment Act? A Constitutional Amendment Act is an amendment made to the constitution to add or to remove certain provisions from the constitution. Be clear with these two things. So, I'll write it down for you. First point, the 9th schedule was added to the constitution through the by the first Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay. Second thing is that a constitutional amendment means addition or removal of certain provisions of the constitution. So, this is the constitutional amendment. What is constitutional amendment and what is the 9th schedule? How did it came up? It came up through the first Constitutional Amendment Act. Do not forget this. It can be a prelims question. Now, the 9th schedule was created by inserting article 31B into the constitution. So, this article was added to the constitution, and through this article the 9th schedule was added to the constitution. So, the 9th schedule was created by new article 31B, which along with article 31A was brought to protect laws related to agrarian reform and for abolishing the zamindari system. Now, this was the original purpose for which the 9th schedule was brought in. So, the original purpose for which the 9th schedule was brought in during that time was to create or to protect certain laws related to agrarian reform. Agrarian reform means land reforms. The land reforms and the abolition of zamindari system. This was the original purpose. This is again important, can be asked in the prelims exam. This is important from prelims perspective. Even if you get a question, these are all the possibilities of a question for prelims exam. Now, even if you get a question for your mains examination, suppose you get a question in your mains examination, the question can be the relevance of 9th schedule whether the constitutional provisions or the fundamentals of the constitution supports the 9th schedule, or whether the 9th schedule in itself is against the constitutional provisions. What are the Supreme Court directives in this regard? So all these can be the mains question. So in that also you can give the original reason for which the 9th schedule was brought in. This was to protect some agrarian laws or reforms and to abolish the zamindari system. Now, Article 31A. Article 31A extends to protection of classes of laws. So, as we said, two laws were made in order to include 9th schedule. One was 31A and another one was Article 31B. So, Article 31A, it extends to the protection of classes of laws. And second one, 31B, it shields specific laws or enactments. Now, 31A, it protects certain laws. It is giving protection. Second one is shield. Shield means shield from judicial review or protection from judicial review. So, shield or protection from judicial review. Article 31B and Article 31A, it is related to the protection of certain classes. Now, Article 31B, it has a retrospective operation. What is meant by this retrospective operation? Retrospective operation means if laws are inserted in the 9th schedule after they are declared unconstitutional, they are considered to have been in the schedule since their commencement and thus valid. That is why it is called retrospective. So, what is the retrospective operation with respect to Article 31B? This is very important. Suppose, if laws are inserted in the 9th schedule, what will happen? 9th, like for example, suppose a law, this law was made unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. Suppose, Supreme Court is the guardian of the constitution. So, a law is passed by the parliament. So, let's see, first step, the law is passed by the parliament. Secondly, the law was made unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. A law passed by the parliament, the Supreme Court declared that the law is unconstitutional. Now, what the parliament or the government will do, after declaring it as unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, they are inserting it into the 9th schedule. So, already the Supreme Court has declared it unconstitutional, and after that they are putting them in the 9th schedule. Then what will happen? The law will become valid, and also it is considered to be in the schedule since their commencement, and therefore the law is valid. So, I hope you got what does this retrospective means. So, retrospective means that already the law has been passed by the parliament, and once the law was passed by the parliament, Supreme Court has already declared it unconstitutional. So, what the government or the parliament is doing is putting the unconstitutional law into the 9th schedule. So, the law is already declared unconstitutional and putting the unconstitutional law into the 9th schedule, making it constitutional or making it valid. We cannot say constitutional because already it's unconstitutional because it's against some of the constitutional principles. So, just to make it valid, they are putting it into the 9th schedule. This is retrospective operation. So, this is why Article 31B is called a retrospective operation. An unconstitutional law can be made valid by putting it or inserting it into the 9th schedule. This is the point that should be clear for you. I'll just write down the summary. An unconstitutional law can be made valid by inserting it into 9th schedule. So, just to make a unconstitutional law valid, the government or the parliament can put them into the 9th schedule. So, that is why it's considered to be retrospective. I hope it's clear for you. Now, let's come to the timeline of laws added to 9th schedule. So, how many laws were added to the 9th schedule in order to make it valid? First amendment added 13 laws to the 9th schedule. So, 13 laws were added, which means these laws cannot be now reviewed by the judiciary. The 4th amendment again added 6 more laws. So, 13 plus 6. Then 17th amendment added 44 more acts. So, 44 more were added. The 29th Amendment brought 2 acts from Kerala, state of Kerala. As we said, 9th schedule not only consists of the central laws but also the state laws. That is another point to be remembered. In prelims, they can be very specific. You may get confused. It's central law plus the state law. Very good example is 29th Amendment, wherein the 2 state laws from Kerala was added to the 9th schedule. Now, 34th Amendment. The 34th Amendment added 20 more laws. So, 20 more laws were added, which were related to land tenure and land reforms. The 39th, 40th and the 47th amendments added again more and more laws into the 9th schedule. The 66th amendment gave protection to land ceiling acts. And the 76th amendment accommodated Tamil Nadu government. This is what we were discussing in the beginning. The Tamil Nadu state law, which provides a extended quota of reservation. The Supreme Court has said that only 50% reservation can be given maximum. That is, the maximum quota of reservation should be 50%. But in case of Tamil Nadu, there is a reservation at the level of 69%. And how did the 69% came up? This is because the state law was put under the 9th schedule. So, the state law of the Tamil Nadu was put under the 9th schedule, thereby shielding it from the judicial review. So, 76th Amendment accommodated Tamil Nadu government's legislation to provide for reservations to the level of 69% for the SCs, STs and the OBCs. So, this is how in Tamil Nadu there is a 69% reservation and Supreme Court is very much helpless to do anything about it. Okay. Now, this is regarding 9th schedule and the judicial review. What is the scope of judicial review for 9th schedule? This is a very important topic for your mains examination. This is because there is an ongoing debate whether the 9th schedule should be there or not, whether the 9th schedule in itself is unconstitutional or not. So, it's a very important topic for your mains. Now, we know the very purpose of bringing the 9th schedule was to exclude a few laws from the purview of judicial review. Now, let's see what is the current status. Currently, how judicial review can be made to laws put under the 9th schedule. So, in 2007, on Jan 11th, 2007, the Supreme Court of India, that is the Apex Court, the Supreme Court of India ruled that all the laws, that is including the laws under the 9th schedule, will be open to judicial review if they violated the basic structure of the Constitution. So, in 2007, the 9th schedule was introduced in 1951 through the first Constitutional Amendment Act. In 2007, the Supreme Court said that any law made in the country, even if it is put under the 9th schedule, it will be open to judicial review. So, even if it's under 9th schedule, it's open to judicial review, but the condition, if it violated or if they violated the basic structure of the Constitution. So, what is this basic structure of the Constitution? Basic structure means the fundamentals of the Constitution, the fundamental ideals of the Constitution. So, fundamentals or the fundamental ideas of the Constitution, if they are violated, then it can be removed or it can be reviewed by the Supreme Court. This was a statement given by Supreme Court in 2007. Now, the laws placed under the 9th schedule after 24th of April 1973 shall be open to challenge in court if they violated fundamental rights. Now, Supreme Court had given this judgment in 2007. Along with that, the Supreme Court said, any law that is put under the 9th schedule after 1973, April 24th, it is again open to the review by the Supreme Court if they violated fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are fundamental to the Constitution. They are very much needed. Without fundamental rights, there is no Constitution itself. So, that much significant is the fundamental rights. So, if any of the laws put under the 9th schedule, if they violated the fundamental rights and if such laws are put under the 9th schedule after 1973, it is again open to the judicial review. So, fundamental rights guaranteed under Article 14, 19, 20 and 21. So, the most important fundamental rights, if they violate any of these fundamental rights, then the Supreme Court can even take up the previous cases or previous laws that were added to the 9th schedule. That was the another judgment passed by the Supreme Court. And the conclusion, the landmark judgment was successful in strengthening the democratic base of the society, and it brings a realm of justice and unfair acts of misuse of the provisions of 9th schedule. So as a summary, what we can say, this judgment of the Supreme Court in 2007, this itself is a indication that the Supreme Court is trying to strengthen the democracy, and also this has increased the public confidence, and also this is a check on the misuse of the provision of 9th schedule. So 9th schedule, if at all misused by the legislature, Supreme Court has ensured that the Supreme Court will have an eye on it. Supreme Court will be reviewing it. So this judgment is very, very important. So remember the articles also, 14, 19, 20 and 21. If they have violated any of them, Supreme Court can intervene into them. So finally, right now at present, what is the status of 9th schedule? Presently the status of 9th schedule is that the parliament or the state or the central laws can be put under the 9th schedule, and it's outside the scope of judicial review. But there can be a scope for judicial review if the Supreme Court feels that it is violative of the basic structure of the constitution, which includes the fundamental rights also. So this is the current status, and the current issue right now going on is that the Gujjars are demanding that there should be a special session of the parliament in which the parliament should consider putting the reservation given to Gujjars or the backward status given to Gujjars in their state law into the 9th schedule, so that the quota can be extended further beyond the 50%, as in case of Tamil Nadu. So this is the conclusion, but to reach at this conclusion, certain points must be clear for you, certain concepts must be clear for you, and that is what I was trying to do throughout this session. I hope this helped, and if you really like this session, please do like the video, share the video with your friends. Also do join me for tomorrow's session, same time 9 o'clock in this same channel. So I hope it was a helpful session for you, and I was able to help you out in some way. I'll just take up the comments and then wind up. Anshu has commented, state government can also put any law in the 9th schedule or not? Yes, the state, it's not state government, but state laws can also be put. It's not state government. Actually, state laws, the laws made by the state government can be put by the parliament. Ashutosh has commented FR and FD, fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Yes. So if you are still watching the session, do send me a comment on how did the session go, and was it helpful for you. I hope it helped you. So let's wind up for today. I'll meet you again tomorrow. And once again about the iconic subscription and the plus subscription. So we have the plus subscriptions for 12 months, 24 months and 36 months, and iconic subscription as well. You can use my coupon code Joicy10, Joicy 10. This is my coupon code. You can apply that and you can get a 10% instant discount. And you can also unlock the special classes, free special classes available on our platform. So you can again use my coupon code, that is Joicy10. So that is it. Anshu has asked me, many questions came in prelims, that is it a statutory institute or not? How to deal with such questions, please help. Definitely I am planning to have also a previous year question discussion and also important topic discussion. That would be on the special platform. I'll let you know about it. You can join me there. Definitely my intention will be to help you to crack this exam, to be with you in this journey. So the subjects that I'll be handling will be Indian polity and Indian economy, and my subject for post-graduation was economics. So that is my most favorite area or my most favorite subject, and also Indian polity. So even though I do not have an educational background in Indian polity, that is one subject that I am so much fascinated in. So these are the two subjects that I am planning to handle in this in this platform. I hope to meet you again with more sessions on YouTube as well as on special platform. So see you, and Anshu, don't worry, all your queries and all your concerns will be definitely addressed in the upcoming sessions on YouTube and special platform. So please do continue watching the sessions. So thank you so much, and I wish you all the very best for your preparations. Thank you and good night. Stay blessed.